Hey, what's happening, everyone? SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and today I'm here to give you guys a little bit of a quick video where I have 4 things to talk about. First one's a thank you, the second one is a mini haul, third one is something that's currently on my mind, and the last one is to share with you guys a project that I've been working on the sidelines. And I never told you guys I was working on the project, but some of you may have gotten a hint that I was. So anyways, first things first is thank you. Who's the thank you for? You guys, of course, because of your continued support, my channel has reached over 30,000 subscribers. For those of you that are new here, YouTube isn't my main job. Just so you guys are aware. I used to make a little bit of pretty good money on the platform, but ever since the apocalypse, starting with PewDiePie moving forward, it's just been going downhill. So again, YouTube is more of a hobby for me, but the thing is, you know, I like to produce content for you guys. It also helps me deal with depression, just like playing video games helps me deal with the depression. Making content for you guys also is in the same boat for that. So whether it's sharing you guys my opinion that throughout a video game review, letting you guys know what kind of deals are going on, or whatever the case may be, as long as I'm able to entertain at least one person, that's all that really matters to me. I do have a goal here on YouTube, though, is to one day hopefully reach 100,000 subscribers. So one year we will reach that goal. I have no idea when, but when that time comes, it's something that I'm truly looking forward to nonetheless. Now, of course, for my regular viewers, I've been right now it's been slow. Obviously, I haven't really picked up speed and things have been kind of wonky here on the channel. But once I'm done working on the project that I'm going to tell you guys here in a few minutes, then I'm going to try to be more active on YouTube, get the video game news rolling out again, start working on them reviews, all that fun stuff. But the next thing I'm going to go ahead and talk about is, or in this case showcase, is a little mini haul. Starting off with a couple shirts. GameStop actually had these bins out for t-shirts that they're trying to get rid of, so they're like $5 a piece. First one I got was this Legend of Zelda t-shirt. I also picked one up for my cousin, so same thing, so we could be matching, of course. Maybe when we go to Frank & Sons, or maybe a retro video game store, whatever the case may be. Maybe WonderCon, but even though WonderCon, I'll be dressing up as Sora, so that's going to be fun. So I'm going to miss my beard. Besides that, I also got this Digimon t-shirt of Garurumon, so that's also pretty neat. And then, of course, I also had a coupon for Best Buy, which the coupon was for $30 off, so I basically got Wreck-It Ralph free. In this case, this is the Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet, the second one. Recently came out on the 26th, I believe, and they also released The Little Mermaid on 4K. So my 4K movie collection is slowly building up, but it's getting there. It's a little bit more than a handful. And then I asked if they still had any of the Battlefield Steelbook cases that they were getting rid of. So I also got a Battlefield 5 Steelbook case. So I was pretty excited to get that. You know, a lot of people have their own opinions on this game. I'm enjoying it. Just like Anthem, a lot of people hate Anthem right now, but I'm enjoying Anthem. I have almost 50 hours in. Still not bored of the game. Just saying. So, to each their own. Next up is what is on my mind. So, one thing that's been kind of going through my mind, and right now I'm kind of 50-50 on this, give or take. Right now it's still in the early stages because we don't have much information, and this is in regards to the next gen console, specifically the Xbox. Obviously I'm going to get the next gen PlayStation console because Sony has a lot of the exclusives that I personally like and favor more than what Microsoft tends to produce, but I might not get the next gen Xbox console. Now I have a very good reason for that. This, obviously, if for anyone who follows on my channel, you guys know I just recently finally completed my PC build. And the only reason why I'm bringing a PC and this discussion over the Xbox is, keep in mind, they're both Microsoft. And a lot of the changes that Microsoft has been doing were games that were originally exclusive to the Xbox One, you can now get for the most part on PC, except for like Halo 5 and maybe 1 or 2 other little games, but probably games I'm not too familiar with or don't play. But yeah, again, most of the games that are on the Xbox One, you could also get on the system. While Sony has a lot of exclusives, where some of which are also on PC, but there's also many of which that are not, so there's also that issue. So, which is why, because this is now complete, I might not consider getting the next Xbox console. And usually a lot of people might get a console over building a gaming PC because a lot of their friends have consoles, so they want to be able to play with their friends. I don't really have any friends, to be honest, that I get to play with daily at all. I used to back in the day with Destiny 1, but now it's been slipping away, or people play at times where I'm already asleep waiting to wake up to go to work in the morning, or whatever the case may be. So it's like for the past few months I've been pretty much an alone gamer. So I mean, that part kind of bums me out quite a bit, especially with games like The Division that's going to be coming out. I mean, that'll be great to play with people. It's like I don't have anyone to play with type of deal. So like I said, that's currently on my mind, is that I may not get the next Xbox console, but obviously I'm going to wait to see what Microsoft announced, because honestly I like the Xbox One X. It's just that, you know, the only thing I mostly use it for, besides playing some of the games that I currently own for it, is of course as a 4K player. And I also like the backwards compatibility feature, so meaning that I could play some of the old games from the Xbox 360 on the Xbox One, which is a neat feature that I think Sony should do for the next console, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm just going to wait. Obviously, you know, next-gen consoles won't be out this year. Most likely next year or the year after. But we should hopefully get some information. And then by then, I should be able to decide if I'll even consider getting the next Xbox, or just sticking with obviously the next PlayStation console, and then of course upgrading this if necessary. Obviously this is a lot easier to maintain, because if anything I just have to upgrade one part, boom, I'm up to date. Consoles, they usually have different variations, but then you'd have to wait for the next gen hardware to come out. So that's kind of my thought process right now. Just wanted to share with that. And last but not least is the project that I've been working on. If you guys had missed it, last weekend I actually scored a tabletop arcade cabinet from a seller, which I actually did a part trade, part cash deal. So I traded in a couple items plus $50 cash on top of that, and I basically got a tabletop arcade cabinet, which was had a bunch of stickers on it. I'm assuming it's from Band. I'm not entirely sure exactly where they're from, but got those peeled off, and basically what I'm doing is that I've stripped it apart. And then I got, you know, basically rid of the stickers. I'm resanding it so I could repaint it to make it look much nicer. And then for the inside, the guts are going to be changed a little bit. I actually gave the Pandora box that was in there previously to my friend at work, and because of that, he was able to convince his wife if he could build an arcade cabinet so him and his kids could play. Well, for me, my guts for my cabinet is actually going to have two things. One of them is, of course, the Raspberry Pi. And then the other one is also a Pandora box, well, a different version that has lesser games, but has all the main ones too, which is going to be a Pandora box 5. And that one's basically going to cost me nothing out of pocket, to be quite honest, so not like I'm losing out on any type of unnecessary money. So like I said, my tabletop arcade cabinet is going to have a Raspberry Pi and a Pandora box, and then I'm going to have a total of three swappable boards. I'm not sure why I was holding 4 fingers. So the 3 swappable boards is the first board that was already on there, is already mapped out for a Pandora box, because someone basically bought one of those pre-made kits, gutted it, put it into a cabinet, and boom, that's how it was, which is what I'm going to be doing. So I'll have a shelf, one of those arcade fight sticks basically. And then if I want to use the Pandora box, not the Pandora box, I'm getting them confused now. So again, it's the one that's already on there is the Pandora box setup. So I could just plug that in there, plug in the 24-pin adapter, boom, I'm good to go. If I want to use the Raspberry Pi, I basically remove 4 screws, remove the board, and then boom, I have the control layout for the Raspberry Pi. And then I'm also making another board where instead of a 2-player configuration, it'll be just a single-player configuration. So depending on what setup I want to do, there's that. So I'm basically having a little bit of customization option is what I'm trying to get at. And then I have 2 main sources as far as games go, and the only thing I basically have left is I'm trying to find any deals for a 20-inch TV, because the TV that's in there basically has these marks on it and I can't get them off, and it's gonna annoy the hell out of me. So obviously I want to replace the TV that's in there. It's a 20-inch, so obviously you need to go for a 20-inch. I tried a 19-inch, which I got for like $60 at Best Buy, which I'm probably just gonna take back because I can't find a 20-inch anywhere. Search Best Buy, there's options. You could order it online and then you have to wait for it to ship. Same thing with Walmart, in both Corona area and Riverside, it's super annoying. Then I try looking OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, or Craigslist, and nothing. Or the ones that I see that annoy the hell out of me is when people post stuff like that for their TVs and they don't provide any information or they don't provide enough photos, where they'll just take a front photo, that's it. And they'll either have just the name or the name and size and like no description, nothing. I mean, if you're gonna put something on OfferUp, provide everything. So if you're gonna put a TV on there, take pictures of all sides of the TV, as many photos you can get. Take a photo of all the connection options so people that are going to buy it know what kind of connection options are there, so if it's going to fit their needs, and then all that fun stuff. That's just a little gripe. But like I said, when my arcade cabinet is done, which should hopefully be by next week, I'm still trying to come up with a design option. I found this stencil over at Michael's, which looks like a circuit board. So I have a little test image here. That's just kind of a little sample, if you will. It's not how it's permanently going to look. I've just been trying to figure out how to put the stencil on there. I tried using paint, kept bleeding through. I tried using oil pens, it kept bleeding through. So I tried the spray can technique, and I've been practicing trying to get the right basically dimensions down, because some areas were bleeding towards the end, some areas look fine, and I think like the middle one turned out pretty decently. So obviously the board will be resanded, repainted, and then I might just have it where the design goes down the center, and then maybe do like a border of a different color. So I don't know, like I said, I'm still trying to come up with the design aspect, but most of the main hardware should be done before Wednesday or Thursday at the latest, and then hopefully maybe by next weekend I'll be able to finally share with you guys at least the finished cabinet for the most part, except again for any type of paint detail. But if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. And you guys also have a good weekend. But once again, seriously though, thank you guys for the 30K subscribers. And again, hopefully one day we'll reach 100K. But until that time comes, I hope you guys continue your support here, and hopefully look forward to my finished project. Peace.